What's going on, everyone? This is Dungeon here, and I'm coming back with another Choose Your Own Adventure Dark Souls 3 walkthrough video. We are now on episode 3. In the past couple episodes, we went through most of the High Wall Lothric, and in the 2.5 episode showed you the dragon farm and some like basic, combat, forms and strategies and stuff like that. So, like I said at the end of that video, I was gonna farm up a little bit, get some souls, get some armor. That was the main thing I wanted, some armor. And actually I wanted a crossbow. I wasn't able to get the light crossbow, which is what I wanted, but I did get the knight's crossbow. And the cool thing about the knight's crossbow, which you get those from the Lothric knights, is that it does lightning damage. The physical damage is low, it's only 40, but it does do 40 lightning damage. And like I said before in the last video, early game the split damage is actually pretty good, and against certain enemies lightning damage in particular is pretty good. So when you combine this thing with lightning arrows, it actually performs pretty well. So if I were to rank this up and use lightning arrows in it, it would actually do a lot of damage against enemies that are weak to lightning. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool that I have it. Not exactly what I was looking for, but the main thing I was going to use with this thing is to actually aggro. The other thing I want to show you is that I did rank up my battle axe, deep battle axe, to +2. I did farm up. I got some souls, but I don't have enough souls to get it to +3, not yet. Maybe this episode, maybe I'll get real lucky or something like that. I don't know. The other things I have, I don't know if you saw, but I did rank up my vigor, so it's at 27. I did spend some time trying to get some, armor and stuff like that. And actually, let me show you what I did get. Let's see. I got a longsword. And one of these round shields, and a couple deserter armor, and oh, I got one of these. I might actually use that. I'll take a look at that in a second. And I got a bunch of these. These dropped pretty easily for me, which is unfortunate because that's not really what I wanted. You know what I mean? I was looking for other things. So actually, you know what? I do want to talk to her. There's a couple things. Number one, this thing is good to get if you do have spare 500, because then you can actually allow people to pick you up, and then you can co-op into other people's worlds. So you use this to leave your co-op sign down so people can like invite you into their world. That's pretty cool. And this thing, if you have an extra 300, it'll do fire damage. It's not very much, but hey, it does fire damage, and it's really useful in a little bit later in the game. So I think I'm just gonna pick it up just so I don't forget, because you don't want to not have it when you need it. So I'll pick up this healing aid. It's not a very good spell, but you guys want me to go up against the dancer, so I was like, you know what, I might as well grab it. So left with 500 extra souls, and actually what I'll do with those is I will buy some bolts. Now these things, they don't do a whole lot of damage, you know what I mean, but what they do is they're cheap, and they allow you to aggro enemies from a distance. So now I have some, I have some wooden bolts, some standard bolts, and I don't have any helmet, which is kind of a bummer. And if I use this, it'd be too heavy, so I guess I'm gonna have to still use the master's gloves. And I don't have any other rings, so this is where we're at. Let me see if I can use that spell. Yep, there it is. Alright, so let us continue pretty much where we left off. Matter of fact, actually, before we do that, I want to go run up and do the pickle pea stuff that I have been kind of putting off. So let's see here. I'm gonna run up here. I'm actually going to take off pretty much everything I got. Yeah. And this way I can get that jump real easy, because there is a couple things that I would like to trade in. I definitely want to trade in my Homeward Bone and the black firebomb that I have. I got 3 of those. Oh, that was a bad one. So, let's see. That was a very bad one. This is, I was talking to someone just the other day, and they were like, yeah, man, it took me forever to get this thing. The more you do it, the easier it gets, you know. It's just the way this is what it is, man. Just like anything. I think it was at 10,000 hours it is to master something. So yeah, it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of time. Nah, I hope it doesn't take 10,000 hours to master that though. Yeah. Alright, so wrong button. This is what we want to do. Let's go ahead and leave one of these. Alright, and let's leave one of these. Titanite chunk. And let's leave, so I've got the thing that I was talking about before, the bracer that I could have used. And now here's the leather shield I was talking about. Remember I said I bought it, and I was like, I'm gonna definitely need it. So I might as well buy it so I can use it as a shield. So now we got another Twinkling Titanite. Now, you use Twinkling Titanite to, double check, make sure there's nothing else I want to drop. No, and there's a cool helmet that I will probably get rid of. That gives us a lightning gem, but that's later. Anyhow, what was I saying? I don't know, but I could use a helmet. I will say that. But yeah, there is a helmet that that we'll be switching out. Let's see, maybe we can use that actually. It's not as heavy as that other thing. So we'll put everything back on. And the reason why I wanted the regular crossbow is because it's lighter and it does more damage. But I mean, you know, whatever. And yeah, it's too heavy. That's too bad, is what it is. All right, well, it's what I'm gonna roll with. You know, that's what you got. That's all you got. We're gonna continue right here at the high wall. We're gonna use that shortcut. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. We did the pickle pea thing, but I have to go and get this guy. And actually, you know what? I think I can buy the crossbow from this guy that we're about to get. Jeez, man. Missed that. So I'll have to switch. I'll have to switch back to the other location, the tower on the wall. Yeah, the guy's name is Grey Rat, and he is another vendor at Firelink. But first, you gotta like get him out. Now, last episode, when we pretty much went through all of Lothric, or the high wall rather, we grabbed a key. It was a cell key, so that we can free this guy, and he's looking for like his chick or whatever. All right, so you know, he's like, hey, you know, go find my chick, and he gives us his ring, you know, and he's like, you know, show the chick the ring, and then, you know, she'll like trust us or something like that. And so we gotta grab his ring, you know. I think it's her ring, I don't know, it's something like that. So the axe is really cool because it's a strength weapon, number one, and number two, it's high base damage. So it works really well with pretty much any kind of infusion. So that makes this thing like really cool. Especially because in early game, it does dark damage. which is like because it's already infused with the deep gem. So because these first two bosses that we're gonna be fighting are weak to dark, that's like extra good, man. It's like super extra good. So we're gonna grab that in a second, especially against the dancer, because you guys said you wanted me to fight the dancer, and I was like, dude, I will put out there, I've never fought the dancer like early game like this. So you know, we'll see how it goes. I do not have high expectations for myself here, but that's what you wanted. So he's like, here, give this ring.
I may be a petty, what do you say?
It's like, yeah, man.
I am Grey Rat
Of the Undead Settlement.
At the base of your part.
Alright, so he's like, check out that ring. Now, we have it, so I'm gonna wear it. This thing is cool because it'll increase absorption when you're low. So like, if you get real low HP, it'll like start to do the work and try to keep you from dying. So yeah, it's not, it doesn't do a whole lot, but hey, you know, every little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, now that we have that, I will show you what he sells. We're gonna run back to Firelink because that's where he'll be waiting. So, and like I said, I think he actually is the one that sells the crossbow. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll take a look, man. Because I tell you, I farmed a while just killing that first dude in that location right there. Oh man, I really wanted it because I don't know, and I forgot I could buy it, so whatever. I did get that night one, the night crossbow, which is pretty cool, man. I probably will rank that thing up later in the game, and then I'll buy some lightning arrows and stuff, and that'd be kind of cool, man. I don't think I've ever really done that, but you know, I don't think she sells it, does she? At least not yet. Yeah, pretty sure it's him. He sells like a couple cool, like short bow. I think he eventually. Oh no, eventually the shrine lady will sell a composite bow. But oh, dude, he does sell the light crossbow. My goodness gracious. All right, well, I will say, how much does that weigh? 2?
Goodbye.
All right, yeah, cool, bro. Make sure that you do hear his, like when you leave, make sure you hear the last things he says. It's very important in his quest line. So, how much weight can I hold? I don't know if I can hold that too. What's the difference of this? Yeah, I won't be able to. Otherwise, I'd buy that thief mask. It's actually pretty cool. It's only 400, and it's I mean, it's pretty decent. It'd be worth it if I could use it. But with the armor I've got, it just would be overbearing, because if I go over at the top right, it says weight ratio. If I go over 70%, then I fat roll, and fat rolling will reduce the amount of iframes you get, and it makes you really slow, and it's sluggish, and it's just not a good idea. So unless they sell a headband some point, which they don't, I'll just kind of have to go with what I got. There are some hoods that are really lightweight, and we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay, so I got Grey Rat. I got a little checklist here because I was like, man, I got a few odds and ends I gotta take care of here. So now we are gonna go to Vordt, and yeah, we'll see, because I do have to kill some of those knights, and I mean, hopefully I got good enough at these knights that I really don't have any problems, because I don't want to take any chip down. Oh, you know what? I do have my my gentle repose weapon art. Oh, you know what? Maybe let's try this thing out. Yeah, you guys want to see it? First, you gotta load it, and then for the longest time, I didn't know you could do that. You have to two-hand it in order to zoom in with the crossbow. I thought you could like zoom in one-handed, but you can't. So see how much easier that is if I just like aggro that dude to me and then kill him, you know? It's just so much easier. So like I'll do it again. Not that I have to kill these guys, but I want to actually. Alright, cool. So that's that. Alright. So we're taking a shortcut and the battle axe is doing pretty good, man. That extra poise damage is feeling pretty good, you know. Although the broadsword does go faster, which is kind of cool. It's kind of better against like the lighter, kind of faster enemies, you know. But against a little bit bigger, oh man, that kick. I tell you, sometimes I just hate the kick in this game. And the reason is because when you want to use it, if you're not playing on PC and you want to use the kick, then it's like sometimes it doesn't work, you know. But stupid guy. But I gotta grab that too, actually. But then when you don't want it to work, it does. You know, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. But yeah. So I do have to get that. That's this thing right up here is you have to make this special. You have to make the jump to get over there. But it is a ring of sacrifice. And the first time I was playing this, I was like, oh man, I ain't got any rings, man. I'm gonna totally use it. And it's not like that, man. It's not at all like that. And I ain't trying to fight that guy. Although, here's the thing about this guy right here. Not that I really want to fight him or anything, but if you do, he does have a very small chance to actually drop a blessed gem. But you know what? Forget. You know, why not? Who cares? Yeah, you want to be careful when he winds up for that. He'll kill you straight up. Now, the trick with these guys, they're real big. They look like they're like they're gonna take. Oh boy, they look like they'll take you out. But honestly, except for that move right there, it's Divine Pillars. Aside from that move, you just circle around to the back of them, and then you can backstab them all day. Keep your shield up, turtle in, and you probably won't have too much problems, actually. Now, I could summon this guy. There's a summon right here. Alright, this guy is, Lion Knight Albert. I could summon him, but I am not going to, because, I want to use him for the Vordt battle. And, he actually does a lot of damage, man. And someone was saying, hey, you can summon him and the Master against the Dancer. But the Dancer, I don't know, maybe I should try that, actually. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Because he actually does a lot of poise damage. And I could use that, because you can actually stagger the Dancer. The Dancer is kind of a tough dude. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should. Let's aggro this dude. Oh yeah, I got you, bro. That's it. Alright, so, a couple things I still gotta do. Is he gonna drop anything? No. If you go down that way, that's the battle for Vordt. That is the main way that you're supposed to go after you get the stuff up here. And the Dancer is down that way. But he's like a secret kind of boss in the beginning. Later, it's like, and this is, oh man, the Lucerne. Ooh, boy. That's such a fun weapon. I was using the last playthrough I did. And man, oh man. But anyways, getting back to the dancer. If you kill this chick that I'm about to talk to... Ooh, a helmet, finally. But it's gonna be too heavy. I won't be able to use it. But if you kill this chick, that's what starts the dancer fight. So, and I don't know, man. I think I might actually include this guy so I can maybe stagger. So she gives the banner. She gives the Way of the Blue, which is a I'll show you actually. The Way of the Blue is a covenant item. So you put that on, and if you're playing online and you get invaded, people will actually, well, I shouldn't actually say people will come to your aid, because they used to, but now it's like a dead covenant. You'd be lucky if someone actually came to your aid, actually. Yeah. Let's see, what do I want to do with this guy? That guy is kind of tough. I am going to... He's an elite soldier, and he will have extra hit points and do extra damage and be an extra pain in the behind. So, I'll summon this guy because he has a great axe. I've just got a battle axe. He's got a great axe. His axe is like massive, alright? And while it doesn't actually do massive damage, it does massive poise. So, poise damage. So, it will stagger enemies much easier than mine does. And I am okay with that. There it is. Alright, refined gems. Sometimes he'll drop extra stuff. Okay, so, like I was saying... oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Let's see, do I want to do that? Do I want to take him with? I'm not sure if I want to take him with in the dancer fight, man. I don't know if I really need any help. You know what, I'm not going to. I don't feel like I need help against the dancer. I feel like because he doesn't have a lot of hit points, I feel like he'll get killed real quick, and then he'll just make the rest of the fight more difficult. Because that's how it works. If you summon people in, then all the enemies become more difficult, including bosses. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's really worth it, man. So see how this chime is really helping me out? I'm only summoning these. I don't really need to summon these guys. I'm only summoning them because, I don't know, it's cool. It's just cooler. I don't think that these guys really help. This guy does more damage, but... no, actually he does less damage, but I don't think he dies as quick for some reason. I don't know. See, like, look at this dude. He's already, just from the regular, like, enemies, he's already, like, 1/4 of his health is gone. So, not exactly, you know, very stalwart character, NPC, whatever. So you run over here to the door, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get through the door, and then Vordt of the Boreal Valley summons behind you, and you're like, oh, dude, what? But, I'll be honest, sometimes, I mean, this is not, this boss, I would say this boss is, for most people, probably going to be easier than the Gundyr, but if you don't know what you're doing, it might be more difficult. Basically, you just get behind him like this, and if you're using the dark weapon, the dark battle axe, it'll actually do more damage to this guy. He's weak to dark damage, so something to keep in mind. See how much damage I'm doing to this guy? It's unbelievable. Oh boy. When he does that, you kind of don't want to be around because he'll do frost on you, which is bad. If you get frost, you'll take more damage, and it's just bad. Here it comes. So you can get away, or you can try to go for the kill. Well, there's the frost, but that's okay. I was willing to take the frost so that I can kill him. You know what I mean? Now, a little trick. Once you kill an enemy, if you have the symbol of Avarice, then like you real quick switch your helmet to that symbol of Avarice helmet, and then you'll get a bonus. Before you get your souls, you'll get a bonus for your XP, or your souls rather, and it makes it like really good, because you'll just get tons of extra souls after the fight. So as soon as I get a symbol of Avarice, which I will, then I'll show you how to do that. So we'll run back to Firelink. I'll use my souls, pretty much everything, and then I'll go and fight the dancer at least once. I don't know, maybe twice. If I either way, if I do or don't, hopefully I don't, like, you know, end up on a bad note. I don't want this video to go too long. But let's see here. Maybe I can gain like a couple levels or something like that. Alright, so my vigor is up to where I want it to be. My strength is definitely not where I want it to be. And my attunement is not where I want it to be. What do I want to do? Let's raise... If I raise my strength, it's not going to do anything for this weapon. And if I raise my attunement, it's not going to do anything really. But in the long game, I definitely want... I'll do attunement for right now. Alright, and let's see. Do I have any of these? No. That's going to give me not enough if I use these. So, I'm not going to use those. I don't have enough to rank up anything, any weapon. I really don't want to keep this amount of souls. Maybe I could buy some armor or something. Does she sell anything? Yeah, she's selling some armor. I usually don't buy this armor, but if I die, I don't want to go back and grab that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like feel like I want to go back to the dancer and try to get my souls. There is a little way that you can do it. I'll grab this. So I need a helmet and oh yeah, let me grab this. That's definitely, I definitely want that. You know what? Actually, check this out. Now I can put that on. Put this on, and I should be able to put this on. Almost. Holy smokes, man! Seriously? All right. Dang. Let's see. What else can I do? Oh, okay. This is what I can do. See? All right. I took off the crossbow, and then that gave me some extra weight. Oh yeah, perfect. All right. So now I have like decent armor all the way around. Not good, but at least something. And I still have 400 souls. So with the 400 souls, I will need bolts eventually. So I'll just buy those. That's cool. All right. Now loaded up, ready to go. I don't need to drop anything here. We are gonna start at Vordt. We're gonna basically beeline it all the way to the dancer's room, kill the lady, and I'm gonna do my best. Let me think here. I can buff myself with the Art of War. I can do that, actually. That'll give me a little bit extra physical damage. And against the dancer, I'll do pretty much 20% less physical damage from my weapon, but it does dark damage too, and it'll do an extra almost 30% more dark damage from it being weak to dark damage. So that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Alright, once you get in here, they can't actually go any further because there's a basically an invisible boss fog right there, so they can't get in here. And now, this is what you gotta do. You gotta kill her, attack her like twice, 3 times, something like that. Oh boy, that's a lot. Okay, well, what that means is I'm gonna have a tough time. I'm gonna have a tough time with this boss. So, whew. Crack my neck. Oh. Get myself ready. You know what else I'm gonna do? I am going to actually plug my controller in. Now, for those of you who don't know what that does, it's a very minuscule amount that it will do, but what it will do is reduce the amount of input lag from the console to your controller. All right, and I'm talking a minuscule amount, like .0 something, .0 like 4 or 5 seconds. So it's a very, very, very minuscule amount. However, I will say this, that it is a noticeable amount when I fight the what's his name, the guy at the end of like the Dragon Rider guy. I don't remember his name. I'll remember his name when I'm done fighting this guy. So you want to stay behind his right leg as much as you can, and then when the music changes, that's when he's gonna go for a grab. Oh shoot, I should have rolled. I knew it was coming too. Alright, that's very bad. I should have rolled, but you know, whatever. Ooh, that hurt. So here's a little trick if you don't know. You can actually come over here and now he can actually attack through this thing, but if you're far enough away, he won't reach you most of the time. So like I could sit here for quite a while and like use my gentle repose and like regen most of my health back, you know. Just keep in mind that if you're in the second phase of he's got 2 phases, and if you're in the second phase, he'll do his like dancing maneuver, and like it has a really, really long reach. And oh boy, look at that. You see that? Man, oh man, this dude can really attack. Oh, he's about ready to aggro on me. Oh boy. What I should have done is put the chime in my right hand, actually. Yeah, this is gonna take, oh boy, you see how close he was? Alright, I'm gonna just go for it. Oh boy. Alright, it's my last flask. Alright, let's do it. Dude, I totally rolled. Oh my god, bro. I feel like I'm playing Dark Souls 2 now, man. Honestly, if I wasn't recording, I probably would go back there and try to Yeah, if I would go back there actually and sit back there for a minute. Alright, well that was my first attempt. I'll do one more attempt at least. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the reel on what's going on here. I actually recorded a few more times against the dancer. I said I would do it at least once more, and I did. And then I was like, you know what, I'll do one more, and then I'd do one more. And the video started to get kind of long, so I was like, alright, well I've got to cap this, and I've got to move on. So I did. I moved on, and I raised the banner to get down to the Undead Settlement. I talked a little bit about the vantage points and stuff, which you'll see at the end. And then I started talking about choices and stuff, but really there is no choice because you know, I couldn't actually leave it like that. You know, you guys said you wanted me to kill this dancer, so you know, I couldn't actually lay down my sword or my axe in this particular case. So I studied the dancer. I learned his moves. I basically went to school, all right, on the dancer, and I'll tell you what, he taught me a few lessons. He taught me a few lessons, all right, and I will say that you'll see in this clip, man. I mean, it's a mentality. It is a mentality, and in this clip, you probably will see it that I changed the way that I fought against this guy, and that's what you got to do. I took the mentality of just not getting hit, like you just can't get hit. So you don't see me really take a whole lot of cheap shots at him. You see me just kind of waiting and trying to counterattack. You know, I actually, like I said, I did some research and stuff, and basically certain moves you can attack after, like this one right here. You wait for the fire, you go back in, and on the right hand side of his leg, you attack. When he does this, he's about to do the dance, and he does eight twirls, and then on the 8th twirl, he actually does like kind of like an extra half twirl, and then you go in and you attack. On the second phase, you really can only get 1 or 2 attacks, whereas the first phase, there's a couple times you can get 3, maybe even 4 attacks. So you really, when you're trying to defeat this guy, especially in the second phase, right here, you only get 2 when you do that, see a half circle. But pretty much any other time, you're only going to get 1 attack, because if you don't, he is going to punish you. All right. And the cool thing is too, part of the reason why I kind of was able to defeat him was because I was able to keep him in the center. That's a really big thing. And I was able to actually, I got a little bit of like RNG with his moves. You know, he did like that move is an easy move to punish him on. That 2-hit combo is actually a pretty decent move to dodge. The half circle move is a good move to punish him on. And when he like drops down and he does like this move right here, you can see it coming, and as long as you don't get too close like I did right there, then you can actually run in and punish him. And the cool thing too is that you'll get a breather, so you can take a flask or whatever. And this move it's actually pretty easy once you get used to it. That's like a 3-hit combo, and you just dodge 3 times. That's a 1-hit combo. You learn the moves, you know. You learn the moves, and you get decent RNG. I did a little bit of buff. You gotta be careful with the buffs because he can aggro when you buff, man. He'll get all mad at you. But you will do a little more damage. And then, as you can see here, he was doing the 3-hit combos things, but they're not too hard to dodge, you know. And then basically this is pretty much it for him, because I get 3 hits on him. He does a 2-hit swipe, I dodge, and he does his little thing. I get my Estus flask, and that's pretty much it, man. And I don't get greedy either. I wait till I can attack him, even though he's low. You know, I don't press until I can. And I think that's really the key. I never really had to worry about this kind of stuff before, because I'd always just wait till, you know, natural progression in the game. and by that time you're pretty good level, so you don't really have to worry about really learning his moveset too much. And I never really had a problem fighting him. But when you've got a +2 weapon, thankfully I was able to grind up and get a good vitality so I can take some hits. But +2 weapon, you know, I mean that's early game right there for you guys. Now the downside of all this is that there's really not anything that I can do for this direction that's going to actually be beneficial. I'll get chunks, but I can't use chunks because I don't even have enough large Titanite shards. I do got a bunch of souls, and I'm about to use them. But, so basically I'll get an Estus Flask here, and that's pretty much about it. So in the next episode, I'll get an Estus Flask here. I might open up that bonfire real close to here. And then I'm going to get that great club. Like you guys said, get the great club, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'll finish up this episode with what I recorded from before, and that'll be that. So what you do, come down over here. Raise your banner, and make our way. I'll skip this anim. Actually, the cool thing about this animation is that you can see like pretty much everything that you're about to do from this vantage point. You can see that that's down there on the way leading towards the Cathedral of the Deep. Over there on the right, you have the Undead Settlement up ahead. In the background, you've got Lothric Castle. Down below, you have Farron Swamps. You've got the tower and that little troll dude who shoots the arrows right there. So it's kind of cool, man. You have Boreal over there, and I'm pretty sure that the Dragon Peak is like in that direction, actually. I've tried to figure that out, I don't know how many times, but I'm pretty sure it's in that direction, but I don't think you can see it from here. I've tried. So this is kind of cool because it shows you like pretty much everything that you're about to do. This is like a really cool vantage, and very nice way to get started into the game, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much all I'm gonna do. Alright, so that is actually not it. That was the old clip, and there was one more thing that I wanted to do before I ended this episode. I mean, I beat the dancers, so I might as well get the pretty much one thing that I can use from over here and until I can actually get a +6 weapon, or really a +3 weapon. Honestly, if I can get a +3 weapon, then I can come back here and actually do some cool stuff. But until I get a +3 weapon, then I pretty much is not really a huge reason to come over here. So I'm kind of playing around, seeing what I can change as far as my gear goes. There's really not much options that I have. But the one thing that I can get is an Estus Flask. So being that I only have 6, getting one more, I mean, that's better than 6 is 7, you know what I mean? So in order to do that, I've got to come down over here, and I think I didn't pick that up. I was distracted by that, whatever that noise was. I think it was a pus of a man, or a dragon or something. I think it was a pus of a man. Could have been Osiris. But if you walk slow, you might be able to sneak up on him and then get this backstab. Now the thing is like my weapon don't do almost any damage to this guy. So I'm trying to, like, you know, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge and all this, you know what I mean? Stick and move and all that. You know, this guy, I didn't even know he could regenerate. I've never seen him do these kind of guys. I've never seen them do that before. but he actually does while I'm fighting this guy, and it's actually pretty interesting because I you know, like I said, when I come here, it's usually like late game, so I've never really experienced this type of, I mean, kind of difficulty. I've fought the Cathedral Knights, but not this late in the game, you know. So what I should have done is just killed him right here, but you know, I missed my opportunity because in a moment, what he actually does is he regenerates, man, and I've never seen him do anything like this. So here it comes. Let's see. Yeah, see, he's so low. I was just kind of biding my time. I was like, all right, well, you know, I can wait for his weapon to kind of, you know, debuff, and then he did this. I thought it was just like a heal, and then I realized that it's not a heal, that's a regeneration. So I was like, dang, man, I really gotta press this guy. So I do this do-si-do so I can get a backstab, and then that pretty much leads to the end. So once I get another, I actually try to get another backstab, but he knows what's going on. So if you're watching, hopefully you don't get vertigo off of that. I know I was starting to get it when I was playing. I was like, oh, this is not good. But like I said, that's pretty much the end. I get a couple more backstabs on the guy, and then I take him to task. But so that's all I can pretty much do in here. So what I'll end up doing at the end of the next video, or this video, at the end of this video, I will just pretty much call it at the once I get the Estus flask, and actually, it's cool. I get a nice great shield and a large shard, which is really cool because I almost forgot that this area, the enemies will drop large shards. Now, normally in the game, it's really difficult early to get large shards. I was just talking to somebody who said that like one of the first earliest places to get drops for large shards is in the catacombs. So this is another place where you can get large shard drops, and so I'll be coming back here as soon as I clear up the Undead Settlement. Well, not all, maybe not all of the Undead Settlement, but just enough to get you know, some Titanite and grab that club, because you know, you guys said you wanted me to use a club. I'm gonna use a club. All right, so I'm gonna grab that club and grab this chunk. I really can't use it. I have 2 chunks now and I can't use it. So like I said, there's no point for me to like press on in this area until it's actually worth it. So that pretty much does it for this. Like I said, I'll be going into the Undead Settlement, so really, aside from me getting the club, after I get the club, what would you like to see me do? Would you like to see me like clear out the entire Undead Settlement and the boss there? Do you want to see me proceed past that boss and go into the swamps, the Farron swamp? Do you want me to, once I get the Great Club, do you want me to go back to working a little bit on the Lothric Castle? I can do that. So let me know. Probably the next episode I'll just go clear up some of the stuff and get the club, but then after that, it's up to you guys. So you'll let me know, and I will be getting started with the other character soon. So keep that in mind as well. Alright, you guys. This is Dungeon, and stay cool, and as always, bye everyone.